Hey, fatty! Welcome to episode 7 of Snake Diet TV. I believe it's episode 7, unless I fucked that up. So to start off tonight, I'm going to tell everybody my herpes story and how I believe I cured fucking herpes and how I believe I had herpes in the first place and how I cured it with dry fasting. This story is rated R, so don't get offended when I get into details. Okay? So basically what happened is, it was about, I think it was 2015. So I never used to ever get fucking cold sores on my mouth or anything, like none of this shit, right? And then I met this girl. Okay, I actually fucking picked her up in a parking lot. That might have been my first mistake. This is back when I was still cold approaching. It was daytime one day. I fucking jumped out of the car, gave her a compliment, and then I ended up going out on a date. So, anyway, what ended up happening is we went out for like a tea or some shit. This is before I was fasting. And, long story short, I ended up having sex with her in the backseat of my fucking shitbox car. And what happened was, so we're in the backseat and shit and getting all naked and crap. And then I tell her I'm going to go down on her because I'm an animal like that. And then she was kind of apprehensive, but it was like a weird apprehensive, almost like she was hiding something. But I didn't give a fuck because I fucking was practicing not jerking off and I was horny as fuck, so I didn't care. Okay? So then I start going down on her, and she, like, wasn't shaved down there, and then it fucking smelt funny, too. It smelt funny. There's no doubt about it. But now I was committed. Okay? I was fucking committed. I'm like the ego kicked in, and I'm not gonna, she didn't shave or anything, so I'm, like, fucking going down on her, fucking spitting pubes out of my mouth and shit. I didn't want to make it awkward, right? So, the old saying goes, if it fucking tastes like chicken, keep on licking. If it tastes like trout, throw it out. And I didn't listen to that. Okay, so anyway, about 2 days later after this sexual encounter, I got kind of drugged down. I was hustling on the street pretty hard, trying to get fitness clients for my partner and shit. I started getting drugged down, and I fucking felt kind of sick. And then, I got sick. Like, fucking sick. Okay, like, so what happened was my fucking gums, like, swelled up so bad that I couldn't eat. So, like, and then obviously I wasn't fasting at this time, so I was, like, fucking freaking out because I couldn't eat, so I'm pounding back these boosts. Okay, I'm pounding back these fucking boosts. Those protein drinks and shit. And, I'm fucking Google searching like crazy. I'm like, okay, what did I catch? Did I catch something from this girl? Fuck. So I'm Google searching, and sure as shit, I'm watching these herpes videos, and one of the symptoms for sure was fucking swollen gums. Fucking my throat was all swole up. I didn't have any sores on the outside of my mouth, but I had like some fucking sores on the inside of my lips that hurt like a fucking bastard. So then I'm like, fuck. So I go to the doctor. First, I went to the doctor, and they gave me some fucking antibiotics, and he didn't know, he thought it was just a fucking, he thought it was just a cold, just a fucking infection, or throat infection, or some shit. And I'm like, no, there's no fucking way, it's not a fucking, it's sometimes, when things just fucking make sense, they make sense, okay? I fucking went down on this fucking girl, okay, and next thing you know, I was fucked up, okay? It's not like it's fucking rocket science. So then I fucking got these antibiotics from this dipshit fucking walk-in clinic in Edmonton. And then, of course, the old brain kicked in. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing going down this road? Fuck these antibiotics. I'll just let my body beat this shit. Okay, so I'm trying to drink, like, liver. I'm trying to blend up liver and shit. Fuck. And then I finally say, okay, fuck, I'm going to go to the STD clinic. So I go to the STD clinic, and they fucking swab my mouth there and shit. And they said, if you got anything, we'll fucking call you back. I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks, so I assumed, okay, I'm fine. Okay, I just got sick. And you know, ignorance is bliss too, because if you don't fucking get the call and shit, you're like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Okay? And this is back when I thought herpes was something. Herpes is a fucking scam. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. So anyway, after this ordeal, I started getting the odd sore once in a while when I got drugged down. Like, it'd be like almost like an ingrown hair, like right here. I thought it was, and then it would get kind of worse. I'd pick at it. The next thing, it's a fucking big split in my lip. And it was fucking herpes, okay? It had to be. I know my aunt, like, I know people. Everyone's got it, okay? You have fucking herpes, okay? Tonight, it's time to come clean. It's time to come clean, no pun intended, okay? All you fuckers got fucking herpes. That's what I'm gonna get at. It's common as fuck. Everybody's got it. It's just normal. Your body's beat it, okay? You don't have it anymore. Well, you might if you haven't scrubbed it out with fasting, but your body's beat it. So anyway, what happened is I was getting these sores here and there, like maybe every couple months for like maybe 2 months. Then, when I started fucking fasting, my first hardcore dry fast. Okay, my skin got so clear, all that good stuff happened from the dry fasting. And then, never had a fucking breakout ever since. Ever. It's been well over a year. Okay, nothing. Even when I got drugged down with no sleep, nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. No fucking cold sores or nothing. Okay, so now to get into some of the fucking science and the blood test. So basically at this point I didn't even care because I realized I did a lot of reading on herpes and realized it's just a scam anyway. It doesn't even matter. Just that they scare the general public so bad because it's you know, it has to do with sex, like HIV. So everyone's scared to say shit that they got it or caught it or whatever, and people still think that they still have it. Okay, herpes, fuck, you can scrub it out of your body like fuck all, and that's what I'm gonna get into right now. So there was even a guy that got a PCR test, which is like basically a DNA test, and you gotta get swabbed for that one, and he tested positive on that one, and then he fucking basically took some like natural remedies and then tested negative on a fucking what do you call it? A Western blot test. Okay, a Western blot test still tests for antibodies, and he tested negative. Okay? He didn't have any fucking herpes. Like, it's gone. Your body was never fucking, like, people are like, oh, it'll stay dormant. It'll stay dormant. Fuck that. Okay? If you fucking fast hardcore, it'll fucking kill everything. Because what they try to say is it'll stay dormant at the base of your spine. But what's that mean? It's invisible? How the fuck would they know it's at the base of your spine if they don't even have a goddamn test to fucking prove that you have it still? That's the whole problem. Okay? So either way, what happened was I started helping a lot of people when I started running my mouth about herpes, but the fucking reason I didn't say shit about this is because I didn't have a solid fucking test to truly prove that it's like gone. But now I realize it's just gone. It's just like getting a cold. It's just like getting a cold. But you can't really prove it. Okay, just like they can't really prove that you even have it. Okay, unless you have flare-ups all the time. Here's how it works. If you don't got symptoms, you don't got anything. If you don't got symptoms, you ain't sick. Okay, if you don't got symptoms, you ain't sick. That's simple. Okay, you scrub this shit the fuck out of your body. So, the first girl that got a hold of me had fucking HSV2 on her pussy. And I told her, dry fast your ass off and you'll never have a fucking flare-up again. And she did. Never had a flare-up. Okay, I've helped like fucking probably 20 people. 20 people that haven't ever had flare-ups since I helped them. But I could never get anybody to fucking talk about the fucking results. Okay? So that's how I know. It's fucking, you can cure it. If it does go dormant, it's only because you haven't fasted hard enough to completely cure it. Okay? So then your immune system might get weak and it might pop back up. But here's my results right here, and I believe this is an ELISA test. And basically, it says that I tested positive for the fucking antibodies, obviously, because I was fucking, that means, like, now this test could have false positives too. This is a shitty fucking test. But assuming it wasn't a false positive, it just means that I have antibodies built up for it. Just like how, you know, your fucking stupid fucking vaccines, how they're supposed to build antibodies. That's how this shit works. Now I'm immune to it. I don't get it. It's like you don't get it. I don't get herpes. Okay? My body, if it comes in contact with the herpes, it'll just kill it. Okay? People are just too scared to talk about this shit. It's nothing. It's fuck all. Like, okay, I'm so confident. If I met a girl and she fucking told me that she fucking had herpes, and even if she had a flare up at the moment, I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even fucking care. All I'd do is get her to fast her ass off. As soon as the flare up was fucking done, I'd fucking have sex with her. I wouldn't even give a fuck. It wouldn't matter. Because it's nothing. It's nothing. Okay? It's a fucking crock of shit. Just like HIV, which HIV is a bigger crock of shit. Because herpes is actually a legit virus. HIV is a made up crock of shit. They can hardly even fucking prove that it exists. Okay? So basically at this point, I got a hold of one of my buddies who's a high level surgeon, and I want to try to get a PCR test, but I don't get flare-ups. So the PCR test, I believe you need a swab to even have that test work. That's the DNA test. And if you don't have any symptoms, they can't even test for it without one. You don't even, like, I don't get issues. I have no issues. I have no skin problems whatsoever. So then the other one's a Western blot test. And that one you don't need flare-ups to get checked, but it's still only 90%. Okay, so like, end of the day, if they said you had herpes or they said you tested positive for antibodies, don't worry about it. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay? Fucking dry past your ass off. If you had anything in your system, it'll get scrubbed the fuck out, and fucking don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about somebody else having it either, because it's nothing. You'll get sick like you got the flu. Your gums might get swole up. Now, HSV2 is genital herpes specific. That one will flare up more often, and you just fuck. I'm dealing with a girl right now who's got it. Okay? And we already know that there's no real test to show that we'll truly cure it. But the one thing we can do is fucking, she gets flare-ups like every 2 months. So obviously after fucking a few months of dry fasting, if she's not getting flare-ups anymore, and she was, we beat it. Like, it's that simple. If you fucking are fucked up, and then you do something this radically, and now you're fine, and you don't have any issues, you beat it. Okay? That's all it is. Don't worry about fucking herpes. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking scam. It's nothing. It's like having a common cold. Why do you think I came out about this? Because I've been itching to come out about this for a while. The only reason I didn't, because I was like, fuck, there's got to be a test that's good enough out there to truly, truly prove that I beat it. But now, like, there is none. There is no real test that truly proves that I beat it. Because that's the scam. God forbid they can fucking goddamn make artificial intelligence, but they can't make a fucking test to show that you still have dormant herpes in your body. It's fucking bullshit. Okay, just don't worry about it. If you got fucking herpes, tell everybody. Okay? Because you know what'll happen? A lot of people are scared to say it because they think they won't fucking get laid. Fuck, you know how many fucking smoking hot women and men got herpes? If you come out about it, you'll probably have a better chance of getting laid. Fuck, I've already been getting messages from women with herpes today. Since I came out about having herpes, I got fucking more women that want to have sex with me. What the fuck? Okay? It doesn't matter. Because the whole population fucking has dealt with herpes. Just no one says it. Okay, don't worry about not getting laid. You're going to find a goddamn, there's going to be supermodels that got herpes. Or that had it. I should say had it. They don't got it, okay? You don't got anything unless you're having symptoms from it, okay? Okay, and I'm going to start answering questions. So if you got fucking herpes, come see me. And we'll deal with it like nobody's business, and you won't have any flare-ups if that's the problem. Okay, if you're getting fucking issues on your balls or penis or vagina or your mouth, fuck, it'll be gone in no time. Herpes is a fucking joke. A fucking joke. Okay? I had to get that out. Everyone's always worried about it. I can't get anybody to make a post about, like, if I was almost going to pay somebody money to make a post that they got herpes and show pictures of their fucking balls or vagina, and just to fucking show people that we could beat it. But I can't, because everyone's too fucking scared. The system's got you so scared. Why do you think they got you scared? So you buy their antiviral meds. It's a fucking crock of shit. Okay? There's another story too. Back when I was like 20, I got like crotch rot because I was a lazy fuck when I was going to school as a young kid. Didn't fucking wash my underwear enough. Fucking got like my fucking balls got like fucking flared up. Went to the doctor. He swabbed my cock and then told me I had herpes. And I didn't have anything. It was crotch rot. And then we bought a bunch of high expensive fucking antiviral meds that were like crazy expensive. Took those for 3 days. Test came back, said I didn't have anything. Fuck. Okay? And at that time, so now I just got antibodies. I'm just immune to herpes. Okay? I could just lick a fucking, suck a herped cock. I could lick a herped up vagina and fucking wouldn't even faze me. Okay, it's like fucking, I'm immune. I'm immune. That's how the body works. You catch sicknesses and you get fucking immune. Okay, it's a fucking joke. Now I'm gonna answer some fucking questions. Ask me anything about herpes. And by the way, once I learned how to do a split screen talk, I met a girl today. See, this is what happens when you tell the truth. Okay? When you fucking come out and speak about shit, like even when I talked about my hemorrhoids and shit, of course I got people messaging me about their hemorrhoids. Because no one says anything, because they're a bunch of chicken shits. Of course I had a woman get a hold of me that's a fucking genius when it comes to STDs, and she explained all this to me, how all these tests are basically fucking shit. Okay, and how she knows for a fact that it doesn't sit dormant in your body. Your body can fucking scrub it out. That's fucking where, that's the scam. When they try to say, oh, you still have it, you'll have it forever, that is fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Okay, you won't have it forever. Your body will beat it. Your immune system, what do you think? Your immune system's like some sort of primitive fucking, your immune system's so smart and evolved, it kills everything. Okay? Fuck. Let's see here. Jordan Michael asks, hey Cole, you ever eat the apple cores? Curious because I ate the whole apple last time I broke the dry fast. I ate the whole fucking apple every time. In fact, I take the whole apple, I take a bite out of the top where the stem is, because a lot of times if you try to rip the stems out, you'll rip them in half, and then you still got half of the stem in there. I'll take a bite right close to the stem, then you can easily rip the whole stem out, and I'll eat the whole fucking apple, seeds and everything. Don't you know apple seeds cure cancer? Fuck. Vitamin B17, baby. Same as the apricot seeds. Fucking apple seeds cure fucking cancer. It's that fucking natural cyanide that's in them. Okay, now. Yeah, see the fucking lucid trees. They mentioned the cyanide. Yeah, the cyanide doesn't do anything to your other cells. It just kills fucking cancer. That's how it fucking works. That's why these animals that aren't getting any of that fucking B17 anymore or whatever, they're fucking getting cancer and shit. Go read about it. Vitamin B17. There's one guy who got thrown in jail because he cured his own cancer with apricot seeds, started selling Laetrile, which is just concentrated B17 from the seeds, was curing all sorts of people, and got thrown in fucking jail. Chronic the Hedgehog asks, I'm currently on a 5-day snake juice fast. Is it okay to throw 2 days of dry fasting in this set of fasting? Or should I wait till I'm done this fast? Fuck, you can. Go ahead. Try it out. Tom Kerr, if you snake fast for over 2 weeks, how do you break the fast going back to solid food? If you're on that fucking salt water like that, don't be an idiot, but just break the fast with cucumbers and fruit. Get some food in you that way, and then once you fucking maybe have a bowel movement, then eat a solid meal if you fucking make it 2 weeks on snake juice. Well, that's a long one, right? Just don't be a dumbass when you refeed. You're not kicking your body out of food prep like you would be with fucking plain water fasting when you're on the salts. Now, plain water fasting would be a whole different story. Okay? Vegetable Police asks, what foods would you eat and which would you avoid for perfect bowel movements? Honest to God, my bowel movements right now are flawless. Okay, I am eating, here's exactly what I'm eating. I'm eating herring and rice, the same amount of herring and rice every day. That's constant. And if my weight is down below like 171, I'll eat a big fucking yam. If my weight is above 171, or like if I notice it's up a hair, I'll cut the yam and I'll eat apples and carrots. That's what I eat every day. That's it. So I'm eating fucking, right now I'm eating fish and rice, and then I'm either eating yams or apples and carrots depending on what my weight's doing. Okay? Casey Noodle asks, hey Cole, why does fresh fruit juiced at home, pineapple or apple, burn my throat when I use it to break a 3-day dry fast. Pineapples, so that bromelain in them maybe, like that'll break down fucking meat like crazy too. So there could be a million reasons. Maybe you're detoxing. If it's something burns your throat, just change it up. Don't do that. Okay? I'm not sure exactly why. Weird shit happens. Okay? Weird things happen. Are you fat still? You know, are you lean and clean yet? If you're fat, just expect anything. If you're a fat ass and you're unhealthy, expect fucking anything. Okay? When you start fasting. Okay? Expect all sorts of withdrawal effects and shit. Once you're lean and clean, then if there's weird things happening, then you gotta address them and see what the fuck's up. As long as it's nothing too serious, you're fine. Okay, you're not gonna fucking die. People are always worried. You're not gonna die. Okay, it's a little bit of discomfort. Fucking deal with it. Change things. Okay. Snake fasting sand. Yeah, the herring is high in selenium. Justin Lee asks, what kind of rice am I eating? I'm actually eating brown rice made by Rooster. And I buy massive bags for like $15. I'm basically eating for $10 a day right now. And sometimes I get those sweet potatoes on for a deal. And the thing is, those carbs, I feel like Superman in the gym. Like, look at my fucking arms. Like, I'm fucking jacked. Jacked. Like, every day I'm getting stronger. It's insane. It's fucking insane. Okay, let's see here. The real Jesus says the only cure for herpes is death. No, the only real cure for your fucking stupidity is a slap upside the fucking head. Okay. Jeffrey Samuel says, do you drink apple cider vinegar with lemon green tea? No, I don't drink green tea. I don't fucking drink anything with caffeine. So sometimes I'll just fucking put vinegar in a fucking glass of water with a whole, and then I'll just drink and knock it back with a straw so it doesn't burn my throat. Okay, that's how I'll knock it back. I usually don't ever mix it all in one. Like, I'll just take certain things throughout the day. But right now I'm eating a meal a day because I'm training so hard. Okay, so fucking I don't need as much salt as you guys need when you're doing these prolonged fasts like this. Rin Wesley asks, Cole, you don't seem to get pleasure from food. So what do you do to relax de-stress, sorry. What do I do to de-stress? I yell at you fuckers. Okay, this is fun for me. Okay? And don't get me wrong, like, I eat for fucking fuel. I eat with purpose. I eat because I want to build a fucking sick body. Eat for fucking pleasure. I eat for fucking purpose. I eat because I want to be ripped and I want to do fucking like X amount of pull-ups and I want to fucking be able to lift heavy weight and I want to be healthy. I eat for health. I don't eat for fucking lazy ass motherfucking pleasure. Okay? And even like when I badmouth veganism, if it fucking gave me the best results, I'd be a fucking vegan. But it didn't. Okay? I've tried everything. Okay? Natural vegan diet didn't give me the best results. I wouldn't even badmouth it if it worked. I eat for fucking purpose, okay? That's it. Fuck, I'll eat fucking horse shit. I'll eat fucking horse shit if it was the best thing on the planet to eat. Horse shit. Hoodlum Ratsky donated me $2. Thanks, man. Okay, let's see. Michelle asks, I just did a refeed after 77 and a half hours. That's a good fast. Good job. So is it better to go to 24-hour dry fast than back to snake juice? No, it depends what your goal is. If you're a fat ass, just stick to the snake juice most of the time. Okay, why would you do a 24-hour dry fast after a fucking refeed? Like, just go to the snake juice, get into a fasting routine again, and then start dry fasting. You do all sorts of shit. Okay. Let's see here. Sophia Pate says, I have $1,000 that says no way that dry fasting will cure a lady with a blue waffle. I'm assuming that's fucking a vagina with herpes on it. I don't even know what that is. And I got a girl right now with a fucking vagina with herpes on it. We're gonna fucking beat it. I guarantee it. I've already done it before with another girl. Okay. Helloids Abby, hi. Fuck me. Some of you guys' YouTube names are ridiculous. My mother has low blood pressure. How can I help her in fasting? A super small eating window? Well, what's her height and weight? When you ask questions, what's her fucking height and weight? What other health issues does she have? Is she a fucking addict? Like, what kind of meds does she pop? I need to know more. Okay. Tom Kerr asks, how long can I safely dry fast? Friend, on how lean and dehydrated you are, how active you are, your metabolism, how ballsy you are. I don't know if you're telling somebody that or what. Yeah, Tina R said, eat to live, not live to eat. Everyone just fucking goddamn eats and eats and eats and eats and eats and eats and eats. Cause why? Cause you're bored? You fucking got no fucking purpose? Cause you're a pussy and can't fucking tell your friends to fuck off? Cause you forgot what it feels like to actually fucking be healthy when you were healthy maybe for that 2 days when you were born before your fucking mom started feeding you garbage? Okay? That's why I eat, for performance. Straight up. Fucking performance. Okay, fat-reduced milk, it really helps against herpes. Okay, shut the fuck up. Fasting. Don't fucking tell people to drink fat-reduced shelf milk. Fuck, that's junk. Epic Mobcaster Gaming asks, Cole, 2 questions. How do you enjoy food and lose weight? And 2, why do you cuss so much? It's funny, though. Because when I fucking swear, I just grew up like that, and then people listen. Okay, they wouldn't, I'd have no following if I was some mainstream pussy-ass little bitch. Nobody would fucking listen to anything. And as far as the food, because once you're fucking ripped, you can eat a nice satiating like meal a day or a massive eating window every second day and enjoy everything. You can actually eat lazier because you're fasting. You can actually eat a lazier diet as far as fucking some of the garbage goes. I should never tell you guys that. But once you're ripped, you can get away with murder with what you fucking eat. Cole, how do you feel about banana peel tea? Fuck, that's probably something you could try out. That was Ryu Ken that asked that. Slinger 140. If glucose isn't stored as liver glycogen, then why does it kick you out of ketosis? Glucose can be stored as liver glycogen. I didn't say that. I said fructose can't be stored as muscle glycogen. The liver will store glucose and fructose. But the thing is, if you only eat the glucose and you don't overwhelm your glycogen synthesis system, and your liver is nice and empty when you're fasted, your body will stash that glucose before filling your liver up. Does that make sense? Your body, it's like the glucose will nicely travel through your liver to your muscles, basically, and your muscles will actually get full, and then the liver will fill, in theory. If you don't fucking pound too much carbs too quick, and they gotta be nice, slow carbs. Okay, nice long chains, complex carbs. Okay, not simple carbs. Those will fucking fill the liver up in 2 seconds. Does that make sense? That's how that works. So like I said, if you say you just ate only rice, you could literally fill up all your muscle glycogen, all your liver glycogen, and then if you fasted for like 48 hours and didn't do anything, all your muscle glycogen would still be there, all your liver glycogen would be gone, you'd be in fucking ketosis, and you'd still have muscle glycogen to fucking do some explosive movement at a completely fasted state. Or you could go to eating low carb keto and have glycogen saved up for like 2 or 3 days. You see? That's where that keto carb loading idea comes in. I did a video on that. You can really fuck with the macros for optimal performance when you get smart with it. See, the way I'm eating right now, because I'm training 7 times a week, is I'm hitting a certain amount of carbs every day because I'll burn them up in the gym. If I wasn't training like this, I wouldn't be carbing up every day. I'd be carbing up like every third day or some shit. Here's a good question I should hit on this one. I should almost make a YouTube about this. I haven't yet. MK2 2ing it. Okay. Hey Cole, in one of your videos you said you could gauge the salt content. So everyone listen to this one. This is good. You could gauge the salt content in your body by fasting, by tasting piss. My question is, when I taste my piss, what am I supposed to compare the correct levels to? So here's how it works. I figured this out by how I felt, and then I tasted my piss. So you know that you're definitely not low. Like what happened to me is if I started to feel like lightheaded and shit, I would taste my piss and it would taste completely bland, like just like water, no salt taste at all. And then I started experimenting a little bit with like cranking up the sodium, cranking up the potassium, and then I got to a point where you can actually taste the sodium and potassium in your urine. And if you fucking can just barely taste it, then you know you're in enough of an excess that you're good. Okay, you don't want to be so salty though. Because when I did this other experiment one time, I literally knocked back 18,000 milligrams of salt in like fucking 4 hours, and I was so bloated up. I went from like 3 pounds to like 180. Okay? And my piss tasted like fucking seawater. It was so salty. Okay? So yeah, if you taste your piss, fuck. So people, listen to that. If you feel kind of under the weather, like you don't got the energy, don't be a fucking little bitch ass pussy and taste your piss. Okay, you can, if it tastes a hint salty, and you should be able to taste a hint of potassium. But you know if it tastes a little bit like sodium, you're sparing the potassium anyway, because the sodium is potassium sparing. If you run low on sodium, you're gonna kick all your potassium right afterwards. Erica C just donated me $10. She asks, love your videos, currently trying to build muscle and cut the last bit of fat. She's 5'2", 110. Do you think one meal a day with 48 each week or maybe a dry routine? Nah, if you're trying to build muscle, I would go with a meal a day with a 48, maybe on the odd rest day, and dial in those macros. So I got a girl right now that I'm coaching. We're fucking around with her carbs. Everyone's going to react a bit different. But what I would do for you is, let's say, if you were getting about 80 grams of protein via some sort of a good meat source, and then carb-wise, maybe like a gram per pound body weight too, maybe 100 grams, and then make up the rest of the calories with some fat. If you got some, or whatever fat's in the meat, like figure the calorie count out. So you got your protein, your carb, and then your net calories, and the fat will kind of just balance itself out with whatever the calories is. Use scale feedback. I would recommend eating around like noon. It all depends what time you're going to bed. My routine, I try to give myself a maximum of 10 hours between when I eat and when I go to bed, because when I'm on a fucking tight calorie count, if I fucking go longer than the 10 hours, say if it starts getting to 12, 13 hours, like the other night I was up till 3 in the morning answering questions, all of a sudden the liver glycogen, like I was answering the other guy's question, is empty, and now you're going through that fucking transition into ketosis when you're still awake because you trained all day, and now you're going through this minor transition where your body's trying to bump into ketosis. It's getting low on glycogen, like your liver's getting low on glycogen, and then then you can't sleep because you fucking are hungry as fuck when your body's going through that. That's why optimally you want to be sleeping during that transition. So it almost works out perfect if you're eating carbs to eat like about 10 hours or even tighter. You don't eat too close to the bedtime though, because you want a good weigh-in on the scale the next morning. That's why I'm not eating at night. So midday before the workout. So what I do is I actually eat around noon or 11, have a nap, And then I wake up feeling like fucking Superman. And then I go train and then I fast all night. Okay? Let's see here. Sono Waski asks, Cole, have you read anything about fasting reversing male pattern baldness? Okay. So, I know a bit about this because a guy I know is a wizard with baldness and he knows a lot of shit. It has to do, a lot of it's your head shape. Because what happens is the skin's tight, okay? And in the fucking hunter-gatherer times, we would have had better head circulation because we always went through hot and cold. Hey, you ever notice, I don't know if it's coincidence, me and him are talking about how most bums have a full head of hair. You ever notice that? It's because their head deals with cold, right? So there's that, and then there's head massages. So the reason your follicles die is because of bad circulation in in the surface of your head. But it also depends on skull shape. And that's why women don't lose their hair on the sides, they'll lose it down the middle because of the way their skull's shaped. Now the fasting, you might fucking lose some hair from the shock effect, but whatever hair you had, it won't make you lose hair in the long run, okay? But to really get hair back, this guy, yeah, I don't want to fucking give away, he's got some wicked ideas, but it has to do with fucking basically circulation to the head. Like even I had ideas with like inversion, there's hot, like cold therapy, head massaging. You can actually fucking look into that shit. Okay, let's see here. I'm 5'7", 180 pounds as Johnny Perkins. I've lost 17 pounds in the 3 weeks. Goal weight, another 10 pounds he wants to lose, or 15. I had a protein drink with 8 grams of carbs. Didn't have time to eat before a hard weight training. Still in keto, good or bad? It's not bad. The main thing is, do you feel fucking good? Do you feel strong, and are you losing weight? Do you feel strong, and are you losing weight? Okay? Like, also, if you only had 8 grams of carbs, you probably wouldn't kick yourself completely out. Because it's not like, it's not completely off or on. Like, if you had to graph it, your liver glycogen's going down, ketone production's going up, so it looked more like this. It's not like liver glycogen's completely empty, then ketone production just starts right then. You're already making ketones before your liver glycogen is actually empty. Okay? So that's where I was talking about the hunger when you go through that swing overnight. And then when you wake up the next morning after a good sleep, you're in full-blown ketosis, and that's when you feel like that kind of euphoria. David just donated me $20. He asks, 6 days snake juice. My heart rate is much higher doing less/easier weights /cardio while fasting than on carbs from foods and working out harder. If you feel good, keep doing what you're doing. Okay, if you feel good, and like I say, if you're a fat ass, we're not eating carbs. I'm fucking talking about people that are ripped. Nobody fat should be eating at all. And when you're refeeding, it should be fucking low fucking carb. Okay, if you're a fat ass, we're trying to lose weight. Okay, a fucking carb diet is not a good diet to lose fucking weight. Okay, super fucking low carb. So then you stay in fat burning mode once your body chews up those calories and you're instantly burning body fat again. Not like if you ate carbs and you're making that slow transition back into ketosis. Okay? Let's see here. Paul Williams asks, when is the best time to introduce the boron solution? I'm down over 100 pounds, doing dry 48s and fasting on snake juice to tighten up loose skin. Just ordered the borax. Start fucking the borax as soon as you get it. Make sure it's good borax. I won't preach for anything other than 20 Mule Team borax. That's all I've used. I don't know about the other shit. Okay? David Hernandez asks, I'm around 14% body fat. I can see my top abs, but not my bottom or side abs. Really, I used to be at 21%, but fasted a lot. Should I work out hard on my abs or will the fasting do all the work? Fuck, ab work ain't gonna get rid of the fucking gut fat. Keep fucking fasting, okay? Stop eating. That's how you get lean. Okay, the ab work will give you more defined abs once you're ripped. That might help, but it ain't gonna give you the abs. You gotta lose the fucking fat with the fucking fasting. Okay? Jacob Rohal mentioned here, just mix the borax solution into the snake juice. You can do that. Let's see here. Somebody asked, do you think we should arm teachers? Fuck. I don't live in the States. So, I'm guessing that's a person from the States. We can't fucking arm teachers in Canada. Sorry to say. Okay. TheDailyPlane.com asks, Cole, do you fear that the powers that be will accuse you of being a Russian bot because you are spreading the truth? I don't fucking know. See, I don't care about nothing, man. Like, fuck, I tell people, like, I'm not even lying to you guys. I could do jail time, like, fucking in my sleep. In fact, at this point in my life, like, it'd almost be a break. It'd almost be a break to be in that kind of an environment. Other than obviously the other people in jail that are hostile, that's not good. Hopefully you'd make friends with some guys pretty quick, but being incarcerated and living that very strict regimented life and training all day, like, I could do that. That'd be like a break from reality. That'd be like a break for me from life. That'd almost be like, it'd be almost like living in the bush, just a break. You know, so I don't worry about fucking shit as far as me getting in trouble for anything. I don't give a fucking flying fuck about any of that shit. They can't do anything to me. I don't got anything. Okay, let's see here. Secunda25 asks, Cole, I was on the tail end of a 72-hour fast last night. I couldn't sleep for shit because of the pounding headache. I ate 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, felt great, and knocked out. Is this okay? Well, fuck, you broke the fucking fast. You broke the fast, but as long as you learned something. Okay, obviously, you probably fucked something up. Maybe you were low on salt that day. I don't know how fat you are. You know, but honestly, here's a good point. You're at the tail end of a 72. 72 is good, okay? 72 is good. If you went 72 and you couldn't sleep and you're going to go on to a 96 or whatever, if you had to break the 72 with a little bit of peanut butter to get a really good sleep, fuck, and I'd rather hear that than you not sleeping all night. Because you would have got a better result from breaking that fast with that little bit of peanut butter and going to bed and getting a good sleep than you would have trying to grind out the night and trying to do a 96-hour fast. Okay? So that's you got to always go by, like, sleep is key. So, but that doesn't give you the excuse to be a fucking crybaby either and only fast for 24 hours and bitch about no sleep because you're a fucking addict still. Okay, I'm talking people that are fucking hitting 72. I made a post there on the group today, on the Snake Diet Motivation group, about how unless you're a fucking athlete or ripped, you're fucking the least aggressive fasting routine you should be doing. It should be 48s with a fucking 15-minute eating window. 48s with a 15-minute fucking eating window. Because I know in 15 minutes you're not going to overeat unless you're a fucking crazy pig. You're not going to eat enough in 15 minutes to not lose weight after doing a 48-hour fucking fast. 15-minute low-carb eating window. What do you recommend if a person has over 100 pounds to lose? Stop fucking eating. And drink fucking snake juice. Okay, watch my fucking YouTube. Spend like 10 hours watching my YouTubes. It's 10 hours out of your life. It's like a fucking, the best fat loss. My YouTube channel is like the best fat loss course in the fucking world, and it's free. Just spend the goddamn time. Being a lazy fuck is how you get fat in the first place. Put in the goddamn time. Okay, let's see here. The Daily Plane asks, after you called vaping useless fucking habit, the other day I decided I wasn't gonna vape anymore. It's now been 4 days, no vape. Good job. Fucking trash. Okay? Modman asks, please put in the description the fast and the meal plan. It's pretty simple. You fucking don't eat. And then the meal plan is air. You breathe air. Like, it's there is no fucking meal plan. Like, people are still caught up in eating. You don't eat. If you're a fat ass, you don't eat. And all you're doing is every time you refeed, it's like a minor pit stop, like a Formula One race, just to keep you going longer. Okay? It's like 48 hours and then a little pit stop where your plate should be this big. I should have snake diet plates fucking built that are literally that big. As much food as you can put on a plate this fucking big. Except some of you fucking geniuses will probably stack the food a mile high to try to get more food on the fucking plate. Okay? That's how you hold yourself accountable. You can even have a little something that holds your food and be like, you only get that much. Like, you only get, like, say, 500 fucking grams of fucking net food, low carb. Jeffrey Samuel asks, Cole, what can you do to get taller at 25 years old? Fuck. I don't know, go to the medieval times and strap yourself into one of those torturing devices like they did with Braveheart, with the fucking horses that stretched them out. I don't fucking know. Hang upside down. Get some hanging boots like I have and hang upside down. You won't get any shorter. Okay, you can actually, if you hang upside down, gravity works. Okay, it's going to help each fucking vertebrae fill with fluid. Okay? Jason Funk should hire Cole as a fasting coach. Yeah, I'd get better results than him because he fucking doesn't yell at people hard enough. And he's still a fucking coffee addict. Fuck. I'm just going to go back into these for a minute here. Christina Navoy asks, is there a certain brand of keto strips you recommend, or are they all the same? There is some different types, but I think it's, what is it, Bear? The ones that the ketone strips, okay? They measure ketones. Okay, it's going to be in millimoles of ketones. Or they might even measure in milligrams per deciliter too, but I don't even know the units on that. M. Marino asks, Cole, I'm doing 96 hours. It finished tomorrow. Good job. But my snake juice is starting to get a strong taste. Is that normal? Are you fucking dying? You're fine. Well, it tastes a little different. Who fucking gives a shit? Just keep drinking it. Okay, if you feel like you're getting too much salt in, taste your piss. If your piss is super salty, cut the fucking sodium back. If you can taste a lot of potassium in your piss, cut the potassium back. Life is Good asks, Cole, 5'5", 250 pounds. Fuck, you're pretty fat. It's pretty fat for 5'5". 43 years old. Oh, you're getting pretty old too. That's pretty high risk of heart attacks. I can't go more than a few hours without eating. Fuck. Hold yourself accountable. Post pictures on the group. Put your fat ass up there on the group. Okay? Make a post. Talk about your health issues. Fucking strip the fuck down. And then comment in the threads about your progress. That's accountability. Do something to make yourself do it. Okay? That's how you do it. You create leverage with yourself. There's always something you can do to force yourself to do shit you don't want to do. Okay? When I begin fasting, I obsess about food. Should I try to get keto fat adapted before trying to fast successfully? No, just fucking bust your ass through that 48 hours minimum. Get somebody to help you. Okay? Make a fucking snake diet friend. Okay? And honestly, I know a lot of you people are almost somewhat shut-ins. That's why you got fat. There's a lot of people that are lonely and don't have a lot of friends, and they're fucking depressed because of that. So it's hard for them to find somebody to even snake fast with. That's why you make that post on that group. Snake Diet Motivation, the big fucking group on Facebook. Okay, make a fucking post. Get your fat ass up there. Front, side, back pictures. Okay, that'll hold you accountable. Then ask for a snake diet buddy. Then get your ass in fucking gear. Okay? Let's see here. Dominic Slattery said, Derek, I'm almost to 100 pounds down. He's almost lost 100 pounds fasting on snake juice and eating once a week. Now that's a fucking fasting routine. Okay, that's a fucking fasting routine. One meal a fucking week. That's what the fat ass should be doing. I wish when I started the snake diet, I would have just said it's a 1 meal a week diet until you get fucking ripped. fucking fucking lots of skin problems. You can let snake meat. It's gonna be pretty to what you eat. Yeah, there's a good point. I should market that shit. A2 says it's big, great idea. So it's in a plate. It's like size, and then as you fucking like start getting, okay, it grows up to a normal as you fucking get lean, but at the size of a fucking dime every week. Dare on the West, what we're called for herpes. And here's what happened. Try fast they ever did was a fuck. It's the fucking internet service here. Fucking bullshit. So now I got it on my fucking goddamn data. Anyway, I'm going to only go an hour tonight. So, what I was saying there with the herpes, so I did a 3-day dry fast. Then I went to a dry fasting routine where I was doing dry fast on like 22s. Okay, I was eating a pile of fruit at that time. Fucking skin looked good. Fruit and meat, basically, and fat still. I just was mostly eating fruit to get hydrated because I was dry fasting. Okay, and a lot of those, actually, I was doing a lot of 48. I was doing a lot of dry fasting on like a 42 and 6, like, you know what I mean? Like a 2-day dry fasting routine with like a 4-hour eating window. And then I did the 5-day dry fast. And like after that, I had nothing. I haven't had a fucking skin problem since. The only fucking time I had any skin issue at all is when I was fucking around with a bunch of carbs and sweating a lot, and my fucking foot got a little bit of athlete's foot on the surface and it wouldn't heal. It was actually to do with swimming, I believe. And then all I did is I fucking fasted a little longer, cut the carbs back a little bit again, and used some piss and healed up. Now I'm eating carbs again, and it's not an issue. It's just that it won't heal up on carbs. But when I'm back on like yams and rice, it doesn't make it worse, but it won't heal when I'm on carbs. Okay, so to heal, like one of the best routines to heal up is fucking straight up gonna be fasting and then refeeds with super low carb, super fucking low carb, high fat. That's gonna be the best way to fix your skin. Period, is going to be dry fasting and then refeeding on fucking some sort of a low carb routine, okay? No, I didn't get herpes just to cure it. I was a fucking idiot. Okay, that was the old Cole. I was a fucking slut. Okay, I was a slut. Now I don't fucking deal with that shit. Okay, I don't got time for it. Okay. So I'm only going to go an hour tonight. There's one more question I'll answer. What do you think about using BCAAs during refeed to replace meat source and only eat enough starch carbs to fill muscle? I'm 5'5", 174, around 15%. No, fuck. No, like, I don't buy into supplements, okay? You don't need fucking BCAAs if you're eating a good fucking meat source. Okay, I don't promote veganism. I don't promote fucking veganism. Okay, like, now here's the thing. If you were going to eat vegan, you have to supplement or you'll be fucked up. Okay, there's not a vegan on the fucking planet that doesn't supplement. Even fucking Dr. None Almond Raw, he's got his fucking Almond Elixir that's a bunch of fucking amino acids. He's not on a natural vegan diet. Okay, so everyone's like, oh, he's vegan and he's this power lifter. You know, he's not on a natural fucking vegan diet. Nobody is that's fucking got muscles. You can't do it. You can't fucking do the fucking vegan kick without fucking supplementing the proper amino acids. You'll never get them from the fucking food. Not in a million years. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to shut her down. And then I'll see you guys on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Okay? So make sure you fucking subscribe to the channel. Go to my Snake Diet Motivation group. Put your fat ass pictures up there. Talk about your health issues. Okay, if you got fucking herpes, get a hold of me. I can help you fucking beat it. Here's one last one I'm going to hit actually here. Arvin says, Cole, what do you think of the meal replacement called Soylent? like the movie Soylent Green. I know about it because the guy that gives me my DEXA scans was on it. Fucking, he's a little fat bastard. Okay? Junk. Fucking junk. Okay, you're never gonna get the results from it as you would eating fucking meat and fucking basically meat and vegetables once you're lean. Once you're lean, meat and carbs. Okay, the best fucking macro routine, period. In my opinion, once you're ripped, for the best performance, the best eating routine is going to be training super high frequency and eating a well-rounded macro routine. Fucking, I don't eat any leafy fucking greens, okay? I eat fucking yams, apples, fucking fruit, fucking clean starches, and basically fuck all for leafy fucking greens. Okay? Only reason I fucking get fat asses to eat all those low-carb veggies is because they're fat. Okay? But if you think about it, in the hunter-gatherer times, it would have never been optimal to eat low-carb vegetables. We would have wanted calories. The only reason in today's society we always want low-cal foods is because we're all fucking fat as fuck. Back in the day, you'd want high-calorie fucking dense foods. Fats and fucking carbs. Fats and carbs. Okay? Fats and like fucking, I'm talking roots, like fucking fruit. Like you just grab an apple, you grab berries, you grab bananas. Okay? Fucking potatoes, fucking sweet potatoes. That's what we would have ate as hunter-gatherers because that's the most efficient way to fucking get the calories in without taking up a bunch of stomach space. That's why we fucking evolved to eat fat and meat because it's high cal. Okay? Just from a fucking evolutionary perspective, we would have never ate piles of fucking vegetables. We would have never ate kale. Fuck, kale tastes like shit. Okay, I've ate kale fucking for a long time. But you gotta actually go read up. Actually, I won't get into this, but I got a whole different outtake on once you're fucking lean, like with vegetables, like low-carb vegetables. Like once you're fucking lean, now fat asses, that's the best thing to eat. Okay, tons of low-carb vegetables because you're trying to fucking lose weight. But once you're ripped for performance, you're gonna fucking want to eat like really fucking nutrient-dense carbohydrates and fucking meat. Okay, so everyone have a great night. And go to my Snake Diet Wizard fucking Instagram. Check that shit out. The fucking Facebook page. Snake Diet. Give me a 5-star review. Like my page. And I'll see everybody at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Sunday night. And get that fat in ya!